tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And some room to maneuver. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Goff again. Dumps it off to Gurley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
DC. Like 20. Starting left here.
To throw is gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on third. Goff. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
From the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. And he's got room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep rights. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A.J. Green, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. Oh, he shifts past him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Patriot!
On second down, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On third down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And that'll bring up second down. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Now Jackson on second down. He's going deep for Brown. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. On first down, it's gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Detroit!
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's still barreling through. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and goal. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Watch the motion. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
To throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
On the toss, it's Gurley. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Goff now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now Goff. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Goff. They got him in, it's Woods. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. He'll get it up the middle. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Zerline's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3.
So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone,
They've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
On 2nd down, Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
that was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! Gun! Gun!
Now Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Jackson to throw. There he goes inside the 30. It's caught left side by John Brown. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This quarterback now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This time, Jackson will throw it. That's caught. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's 2nd down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Here's Goff. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run here with John Kelly. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Mark Barron in to drop him behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's gone. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
On the return, it's Washington. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Michael Brockers in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. After the interception, here's Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
76. 76. Like 20.
Goff now to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again is gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Brockers in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Rams on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. One last shot for Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Los Angeles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to